बजट के द्वारा, इंटरिम बजट के द्वारा हमने स्पष्ट ये बात बोले 4 ऐसे कास्ट हैं जिसके ऊपर ध्यान देना चाहिए: किसान, गरीब, महिला और युवा। इन चारों को हम अगर प्रोत्साहन देंगे, इसमें हर जाति शामिल है। हर जाति को आगे बढ़ाने के लिए इस रास्ते पर चलने में हम उस नजरिया से डेवलपमेंट को प्रायोरिटी देंगे, ना कि डिविजन बिटवीन वन कास्ट एंड अनदर। इस रास्ते पर माननीय प्रधानमंत्री जी ने वोट ऑन अकाउंट बजट में ही हमने इसका स्पेसिफिकली मेंशन भी किया है।
जी, I'll ask you a few questions on the economy since I have you captive today. The GDP growth in Q1 at 6.7%. My question is the economy slowing down?
You know, it's easy to catch every month or every quarter's figure and say it's not 7, it's not 8. And then the reason for 6.7 had also come out. The chief economic advisor has also mentioned that because of elections, the capital expenditure which was announced, 11 lakh crores, slightly over it, didn't find much of an expenditure happening in the Q1 because every department was probably looking at post-election time. As a result, the large chunk of influence or impact which could have been had because of the public expenditure was muted.
That's right.
And therefore, to that extent, it shows in the Q1 numbers. But subsequently, Q2 and we are in the third quarter, the expenditure will pick up, and that will, I suppose, trigger the little slowing down that you suspect to move faster.
You know, India remains one of the fastest growing economies of the world. Given right now that, you know, there is some soft GDP growth and the inflation is also moderate, do you think there is a case for monetary easing? I'm asking for your view.
Yes, my view being said here will become Finance Minister expects RBI to bring it down. I don't want to add to that. RBI is doing its full analysis and taking a call. And therefore, I expect them to look at the economy as a whole, both for growth and for inflation.
You know, it's election season. We have 4 state elections coming up. I wanted to ask you a question around freebies. How concerned, how worried are you about political parties promising freebies? You know, Prime Minister was the one who really took this up, spoke against the Revdi culture in a big way. But now I see that some of your governments are doing exactly the same thing. You know, in Madhya Pradesh, we had Ladli Bahna. Now we have Subhadra that is being announced tomorrow in Odisha. Then again in Maharashtra. How dangerous is this trend, and what is your message of fiscal prudence to the states?
Look, let me be clear. I've been saying this much before the debate on the Lok Sabha issues. Manifesto-related issues came up. Every state and the center will have to look at the work which is capable of being undertaken by every government, meaning center, any party aspiring to get to the center or aspiring for state government's positions will have to understand what that budget is capable of taking up. Will that state be in a position to undertake its developmental activities plus all the freebies and get it funded through the budget in the assembly, get it clear in the assembly or in the parliament, and then announce schemes. Now what I find is when offerings are made, freebies are given for temptation, and then when states struggle to implement them because they don't have the resource, they don't even have ways in which they can increase their revenue, then comes the problem. Classic example is of Karnataka and Himachal Pradesh, where even without doing their homework, they gave a lot of promises. Look at what has happened between the two states. In Himachal Pradesh, what is the halat? And this is not because I'm sitting as a BJP member or currently in the central government. The state government themselves have been saying that they are just not able to cope with
Yeah,
it.
they can't pay salaries. I
They
mean,
can't,
Himachal
and they were going to pay OPS, pension, old pension scheme. They are not able to pay current salaries.